you're wondering why I'm dressed like a Bharati, it's because I have an event in college today that I have to leave for after I shoot this. मेरे दोस्त कैमरा के पीछे बैठ के घूर रहे हैं मुझे गुस्से से, which understandable. And now that elephant is out of the room, another thing, if I look like I was crying, it's because I watched Salaam Venky today first thing in the morning, and theatre मेरे घर से कुछ 10 minute दूर है, so I haven't had time to really put myself together. But hi, I am Pratiksha Mishra and you're watching my review of Salaam Venky starring Kajol and Vishal Jethwa. Let's start with context, because context is important. Vishal plays Venky, a 24-year-old suffering from Duchenne muscular dystrophy or DMD, which is a rare but severe form of muscular dystrophy. Essentially, the muscles degenerate over time. However, he has been fighting the disease and has essentially a medical marvel of sorts. मतलब medical expectancy of his life उसको वो पीछे छोड़ गए already, and fighting right by his side is Kajol as his mother Sujata. The story is about Sujata and Venky primarily, but in Salaam Venky, the thing that they deal with the most is the concept of death. The concept of death in cinema these days is discussed both very callously and very seriously. कि अच्छा कोई character की मौत हो जाती है, you tell someone and the just first thing is like यार spoiler दे दिया. You know, but in Salaam Venky, the idea of death is more rooted in how we grew up, I guess, in the sense that अगर बचपन में या अभी भी if you say कि I'm so tired, I want to die, your mom will say, hey, don't say that. और दादी तो पूरा ऐसा aura cleanse करने लग जाती हैं आसपास से. In that sense, the film directed by Revathy is so earnest. It's earnest cinema. और पत्थर दिल तो कोई इतना है नहीं कि स्टोरी पे उनको रोना ना आए. But the film is trying so hard to make the audience cry कि that just does not land. Sure, there are some scenes that are really effective. एक जगह जब Venky is crying out to his mother because he's realized that his mother is mad at him and oh, what if that's the last time he sees her and she's not talking to him. That whole thing hurts, makes you cry. Also, if you can hear sounds of traffic, I am sorry. पता नहीं शहर पूरा अभी कहाँ जा रहा है. That's on me, my bad. But focus on what I'm saying. Focus. Our protagonist loves films and quoting films. Shah Rukh Khan के 2-3 dialogues हैं. They're pretty effective. There's of course, he also quotes the film Anand, which is, the protagonist is essentially like the person we're seeing on screen. And sure, I want to be like, oh, if a person is dying, will they be so happy? But who am I to tell someone how to deal with their grief? Because I use humor as a coping mechanism and I don't even have utna sara grief, you know. So it's still a very endearing character to have on screen. And since he's such a big Bollywood fan, maybe you could characterize him in say 2 dialogues. एक तो आनंद वाला वो जो डायलॉग है कि बाबू मोशाय जिंदगी लंबी नहीं बड़ी होनी चाहिए. And there's the dialogue from say मुन्ना भाई MBBS that goes, लाइफ में जब टाइम कम रहे तो डबल जीने का डबल. The film uses these filmy dialogues very effectively, but otherwise the dialogues are a little too simple, I would say. And वो फिल्म का जो थीम है या फिल्म का जो how do I say emotional core है उसमें मैच नहीं कर पाते. Because sometimes it feels like the dialogues are written by some media student जो first year में slam poetry कर रहा है पहली बार. And before you get upset, I went to a media college. I am said student. I am that bachcha. So I'm speaking from first-hand experience. With better dialogues and that kind of acting and cast, Salaam Venky could have been a great film, right? Kajol as the mother who is distraught while also trying to give her son the right to die with dignity. या वो अपने terms में जा सके दुनिया से. You know, that's what she's trying to do even while dealing with her own grief. She does it brilliantly. And also very well complimenting her on screen is Vishal, जिनके सर पे और भी बड़ा भार. And he is so full of life. Sure, he's so happy, he's so jovial, but it's still there. That idea that death is looming behind you is still so prominent, and the actor manages to carry out this Herculean task very well. The film is also dealing with the highly debated topic of euthanasia. मतलब वो स्कूल की डिबेट से लेकर कोर्ट ऑफ लॉ तक हर जगह लोग इसका चर्चा कर चुके हैं. I am no expert, so I'm going to stay out of that part. But India had, I think if I'm not wrong, all forms of euthanasia were illegal in India till I think passive euthanasia became legal in 2018 with some strict conditions in place, and all of that is also shown in the much better paced second half of the film. Salaam Venky is great on paper, you know, matlab, the story is like that, it's inspirational, it kind of tugs at your heart no matter how hard you try not to. I don't know why you would try not to, but you get the point. The execution though did not pan out exactly as one would hope. And for that reason, my rating for Salaam Venky is 2.5 stars out of 5.